In Syria, a handful of young Brits are risking their lives in combat.
I'm only 22, so many people younger than me fighting out there and dying.
As unpaid volunteers with a Kurdish force which is battling to stop ISIS in its tracks.
They're fighting not only to keep themselves safe, but they're fighting to stop the Islamic State from growing and hurting us back in the UK.
Jim, Harry and Jack have controversially swapped the comforts of civilian life for the dangers of a foreign war zone.
Okay, some definite fucking movement over there. Harry, find out what that was!
We're involved in something that's very important. It's an important area and an important time. So yeah, of course it gives you a sense of purpose.
Get some rounds down with your rifle.
Now, as their unit sets out to attack an ISIS stronghold, they must be prepared to kill or be killed.
We've got a bounty on each one of our heads is $150,000.
Just did a mock execution on the guy.
Here, for the first time, in their own words, they tell the story of their Syrian war.
Hello 12 and top of the hill. Fucking hell, man. Enjoying shooting out.
The Islamic State is one of the greatest threats the world has ever seen. The Kurds that I volunteered to fight with, they're fighting for freedom, they're fighting for democracy, they're fighting for us. They are the last line of defense against the greatest menace the world has ever faced.
Is this sort of every night, is it?
It happens a lot, basically. There's sometimes we will take very light incoming, whereby a very ambitious Daesh would fire a couple of Bixie rounds at us, but the length is quite long. Although they have got it pretty well ranged, actually.
What did you see?
Nothing. I don't know what the Haval was shooting at.
Just another guy down in Bournemouth. Another young 22-year-old working like everyone else. I spent a bit of time in IT, painting and decorating.
It just makes you think, what the fuck am I doing? There's people over there getting blown to pieces every day. Cutting off hands, cutting off heads, enforcing people to be sex slaves. And I'm just sat here fixing people's computers or painting people's walls. I mean, it does just make you think, like, literally, what am I doing with my life? And fighting is the simplest thing you can do. I mean, I've got no issues with killing any of these Daesh guys who are trying to kill me. That was interesting. That could have been at me. Sit behind the wall for a couple of minutes.
I became aware that Western volunteers were coming here. There were a couple of newspaper articles. What really jolted me was the photograph that I saw on Facebook of an ISIS fighter holding up the severed head of a woman. It seemed like one of the most evil single images that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, obviously bigger atrocities are committed elsewhere, but as an image and a message, that just affected me quite a lot. YPG is a militia set up to combat ISIS in Rojava in northern Syria. Roughly translates as People's Protection Unit. Everything the men do, the women do. That's the ethic.
There's going to be a lot of Kurdish fighters moving into the area, and we're going to have to go through every single village and root out ISIS wherever they're hiding. On top of the Abdulaziz Mountains, we know that there's a large camp that's run by the Islamic State. It's the main headquarters for the entire region. And the end goal is going to be us arriving at the Abdulaziz Mountains and then fighting our way to the top. This area is going to be the biggest fight for Rojava by far, which is intimidating, but I just can't wait for it to start. I'm sort of bored and I really need, something needs to happen basically. The YPG is open to foreign volunteers. Once you've sent a message on Facebook, you're then asked for details about yourself. They will then inform you that this is obviously a brutal war, that you could die. We don't get paid. I'm not looking for a job. I don't want to be a freedom fighter for the rest of my life. It's just something that I felt had to be done. I knew that I could tick a box by helping people, by fighting. And I've shocked myself to think now that I'm actually starting to enjoy it, bizarrely.
I had a few sort of arbitrary jobs, bummed around France and Spain and Italy a bit, came back and joined the army when I was just about 19, turning 20. I left the army in order to go to university. Studied English and European philosophy and literature. I was teaching English in Saudi Arabia to military cadets. It was good money, which I needed at the time, very short contracts. But I broke contracts to come here and get involved with this.
I was just peeking down the road and just in the arm.
Barely a bullet wound. It's an M16 round, just went straight in and out. For the rest of his life, he'd just be like, you put his arm up, stick his hand on the bars, but he wants to know how I got this bullet wound.
Yeah, that's clean. That is a clean story.
Line the drinks up, please. I was living in London, had a pretty average job, currency trading. However, I've always been interested in politics and what's going on in the world. When I saw what was going on over here, suddenly it was consuming what I was doing. I spent a lot of my time sort of reading the newspapers, finding out what was going on. But I didn't really tell my friends and family. I had a girlfriend at the time, and, well, it's over now. She didn't understand my reasons for being here. There was a lot of tears and all the rest of it, and yeah.
Left to go to Gatwick. I was actually sat at McDonald's. Two guys in suits just rocked up to the entrance. They sort of tried to talk me out of it a bit, saying, you know, shit like, have I written a will and things like that. I was the only non-Kurd on the flight, and I waited outside the airport for about 5 minutes, and then the contact showed up with a picture of me, and then I went on to the safe house, and that was the beginning of the journey.
My route in was through Facebook, and I arranged to fly to Suleimania Airport, which is in Iraq. I got into this safe house, and the first person I see is a young lad from Bournemouth in jogging bottoms sitting on a settee, which, you know, kind of took the exoticism out of it.
You're taking the middle building. Okay. This one right here. The door on the right. Clear. You clear. And make sure the people behind you are picking up the suppressing fire. Okay.
Let's walk through again. Let's keep walking. We walked through it 5 times now.
Okay. Oh man, it feels like this. Clear. Yeah, I like fighting. There's no other feeling like it. It's pure adrenaline. About the time that they set the Jordanian pilot on fire, I think that was the point where I was like, okay, I need to go and make a difference. I'm gonna fight pure evil. My parents are good parents. They care about me a lot, but this is something I had to come and do. I didn't really inform them too much. I didn't have a sit down talk with them, and I think it's because I just didn't want to hear their pulls and their willingness to keep me in a safe place. I just wanted to go and not really hear anything from anybody.
What do you want? I understand. But are we leaving at 6 a.m. tomorrow?
Raj Bosch, we're going.
I do want to fight. But it's not because I'm bloodthirsty. It's because I genuinely want to bring democracy to this region. I need to stop talking about things, and I actually need to pick up a rifle now and actually fight. I need to actually start killing people for my beliefs.
This is what they do before a battle.
صباح الشعر.
شاف، من بتشي شاف.
على صباح.
صباح.
دينا شهادة داخل ديني شهادة داخل. شهادة مري خلص.
باش.
يا عبد العزيز.
أري من بتشي عبد العزيز. تاش شوف. باش.
Tomorrow morning, our group is going to fight. That's why the women are all getting pumped, playing music out the fucking truck and dancing like crazy. And everyone else just gets ready, I guess. Gets mentally prepared for the task ahead. One of the girls, she's been shot 6 times. She's obviously fucking hardcore and has seen more action than any of us.
اونجا تزاروكا بونا بوش كوان هنا بونا او اما نوش ام شرم ام ديكين او ناكي ساجيان بكين بوينا كيجي ام ولاتك ازات تاخو ام خوازو جيان بكين بوينا كيج ام حتى داويج ام البرخه بدن همبري چتن دايشي.
We will go and attack. We will fight against Daesh. We will kill them.
Have you been in an attack before?
No, not before.
How do you feel?
I'm nervous, but I feel good. I feel happy. I will fight.
I've never seen people so utterly fearless going into battle. Teenage girls, you know. It's not something I've seen anywhere else in the world, frankly. I've been in a few different areas of conflict and never seen that before. There is danger. We will take casualties in this next attack. But if I become one, then it would do exactly what I want to do. And exactly what I feel I should be doing as well.
You drive to the nearest place you can go to where the fight is, and you dismount and just go on foot.
Hey, where the hell are you from? Portugal. Oh, crazy.
Yeah. only 100 of us have turned up at any one time to fight the Islamic State, yet 16,000 have turned up to fight for the Islamic State, over 1,000 from our own country.
I mean, for this offensive, there's like 5 or 6 of us dumbasses at it.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Where's the guy that's
We had
like
17 all in one place at one time.
لا والله والله انا ماني داعي لا والله محمد لا يا شباب والله ندني والله ما عملت شيء
عليك الدم
وهذا انا موجود شوف اذا اللي يروح عليه
لا اله الا الله انت واحد منهم
لا والله ماني والله ماني
تضرب بينهم في لكن واحده
بدوني جواب
غلايب والله ماني
اي الظلام طريقه هي شنو شي كريا
والله ماني
مثلا داعش بري هو داعش ما بقدر اسير شانش دكا وكيدكا هرجاني مرض شينا شادك صار ما عنده جماعة ام نوف مولا شهر دكا نص رباري ما مول هنا يعني ما برديا أولي ما قد كرنا وقفتنا ما
Just did a mock execution on the guy. Put him back in the truck now. No. Please.
No.
Please.
I didn't touch, you know? I don't touch, you know?
Okay, okay.
بس أنا ما قلت تفصيل ذلك أصلا كيرا جماعة استدعوا إجراء دوزان تسرين يفون تنا تديني وجدون يفون نينا يعني مثلا مش نهيرو بديني نوفي إسلاماتية شهر ذا كان لي نوفاكي يعني داراوينا نوفاكي راست يعني هم نوفي إسلاماتية خارو ذا كان
It's not a highly trained standing army of a sovereign nation, it's a militia. You know, the war is intrinsically messy. You can't really forge a nation and liberate a people without a lot of fuck-ups.
طلعنا من البيوت والله تشرفنا طلعنا بهدوء والله 5 ويلات والله نريد اكل ناكل نشرب نريد مي نريد شيء ما نريدكم انتم هسه وبعدين عندي 3 بنات و5 اطفال نايمين على الحصيره شرب حشيش احنا والله انت تدري انت تدري يا ربي اللي شال الله يلمنا على الحشيش ربي الله ينصركم على اعدائكم يا ربي ترى لي 3 اخوان بلحسشتكم شوفوني تشردنا يا عرب
Kazuzu acele bakın. Nağılcan da koyun kadına kadar tamam. Çorkesinde suçup bir şey bilmedi diken sorma gittik. Aynı provoke. Neydi yani? Bu kez şimdi koyun okey.
Four villages laid out from left to right. The commander's just been telling us in which order we're going to take them, whose groups are doing what, and how it's going to work.
You know that the enemy are in the village and they're only a mile away. It's like a computer game where there's like a village and there's a featureless landscape around it and you're supposed to attack it. And it's also horrendous because you know that there's no cover and there's nothing. There's no ditches, there's no trees, it's just endless fields. My family does have a military background. I did grow up with medals on my walls from Waterloo, from the Second World War, the First World War, the Boer War. I went to Loughborough University with the understanding that I'd probably join the army afterwards, but I instead got involved with politics and found it much more interesting. My political leanings is naturally conservative. I can imagine what it's like to be hit in the head with a bullet. It's going to smack me in the face like a baseball bat. Someone's going to shoot me in the fucking face. It's going to happen any second now, and there's going to be nothing after that. Bizarrely, that voice is saying that, and another voice is also looking out and saying, right, where am I going to next? What's going to happen next?
Our group's going forward apparently. This village to the left, I think.
About to get real.
Yeah, shit's about to get real.
You think about the idea of getting captured, you know exactly what's going to happen to you. You just think, yeah, I'll either die fighting or I'll kill myself, I won't be captured. It's exciting and scary at the same time. It's exactly what it is. 1 minute you can just be sat there, just chatting away to someone. The next minute you get shot in the head and you're dead. I mean, not even a minute, literally like less than a second. You sort of stood behind a waist-height wall, and it looked like a sniper just put one bullet straight through the wall and went through his leg.
It's a lot easier on the Xbox and the PlayStation, that's what I'd say.
Havan kote brindar bebin biçin hadi bravın düz dikkat yapma yap hum pek şaş hatın havan uçma kendi okay düz biçin düz yok koyu da ben gidiyorum hadi bakayım.
I almost think that we're going to sit here either until bombs drop or until night. That's what I think's going to happen. Because there's no way we can advance now. Because they've got a village which is all burned up. And they're obviously manning the burn, so we've been getting shot at shitloads. So if we try anything, we'll just get fucked. So yeah, I think we're going to be waiting for bombs. It looks like they've lit a fucking load of diesel fires. I think they're trying to smog the sky. Against ISIS, the air support is the biggest thing. It will save the most lives. Where the bombs at? Where the bombs at, Obama? David Cameron, fucking Francois Hollande, whoever else, Merkel. If that guy wasn't blown up, he'd be trying to kill me and everyone else I was with, so you shrug your shoulders. It's not one of my friends, it's not me, it's the enemy good. If they captured me, they'd probably keep me alive for months, torture me, until they eventually put me on a video somewhere and fucking cut my head off, drown me in a cage or whatever, do something disgraceful to me, so they deserve it. Guns.
Yes.
For
God's sake.
Okay.
When I'm actually fighting, I don't feel particularly excited about it. It's just necessary. ISIS aren't going to walk away. We've got to take this territory back, and we've got to do it by force.
Okay, let's go.
We're fighting against a movement which is almost like it belongs in another age, you know, committing all these kinds of barbaric atrocities. The world's allowing them to an extent, that's what I feel. A bit of a righteous anger about that. Maybe that's what's driven me that extra bit forward, to actually come and actually grab a weapon myself. So if you won't do it, I will.
I think she might have been hit with some bullet fragments or something. Oh, there's clotting in the fucking bag.
You see the telegraph pole at my 12 o'clock?
Seen.
I saw 2 guys under there.
If you bear with 2 seconds, because...
Go and find out. Okay, I saw definite fucking movement over there. Harry, find out what that was, please!
We don't know, they're saying it's unclear. It's not clear.
Okay. Well, I mean, fucking 90% certain, 2 human shapes, right? This side of the wall, below that middle telegraph pole.
Yeah, I see.
I don't know if it's fucking friends or enemy.
Yeah, about Judy! Follow us! They're just clearing the buildings ahead of us. We're not fighting a group of people, we're not fighting a nation here, we're fighting an ideology. A twisted, warped ideology that thinks that killing people will send them to heaven. I'm just fighting so people have a choice for the life that they want to live.
There are just some houses in front of us, they're not clear.
There may be this perception that a lot of the volunteers are out there because they hate Muslims, and some of them might be. But it would be ironic if they were, because they're fighting alongside Muslims too. Get some rounds down with your rifle.
There's going to be no peace process with ISIS. We have to completely stomp it out. People don't realize the monumental effort it is going to be to remove not just the Islamic State, but the foul aftermath of the Islamic State, which is going to ingrain itself within the minds of entire generations of young school children. There's explosives in black bags on the roof, and there's wires going down inside the explosives inside this building. Fucking hell. I did not see that. That is fucking terrifying, isn't it? That's fucking horrendous.
Sweaty socks. I have a right to that as much as anybody else, have I?
Daesh were occupying. They're gone now. There's no Daesh. So yeah, we liberated it. Yeah, to destroy half the village to do that, but yeah, do what you gotta do. Yeah. They at least had like 5 to 15 guys. Yeah, I would say more than 5. I would say like 10, 15. So it was good.
this has been a fascinating, mind-blowing and unforgettable experience already. This blows away any of the other trips I've done. I'd swap them all for this one. You know, is it worth risking your life for that itself? Well, it feels right. It just feels right.
Biggest news this morning, the casualty that we had yesterday when we were in the attack, she got shot by friendly fire. One of the Kurds has just been arrested because he was a BIJI gunner who was supposed to be supporting us, and I think his indiscriminate fire may have resulted in her casualty. So he's actually under armed guard at the moment. He's been locked up in a room. It's very sad because friendly fire as well, it seems so avoidable. There's a lot of movement, there's cars and stuff.
$225, that's enough.
We are ready. We are all the time ready.
I don't think ISIS is going to die anytime soon. I mean, it's going to be 5-10 years probably at least. They're quite intelligent. They'd rather live to fight another day than just commit suicide for no reason.
They were here very recently. The light's still on as well. There's a fan still turning in that room. It's probably just some young lad come out here to die for the glory of the cause and that, and the dice have said, okay, there's your video games, there's your suicide vest, you know what to do when the time comes, sort of thing. But presumably he's bottled it at the last minute and decided to run instead. So.
Well, that is just utterly horrendous. An Islamic State sword. Hey, have you seen this, Jim?
No.
Yeah, there's nothing friendly about that. Just looking. No. It's a bomber. We know. That's what I thought. We know. I know. Daesh has been on the run. They've been fleeing, which is obviously great. I suppose it's probably better that they run away in terror rather than stay and fight, and potentially some of our friends here could get injured and killed. But it's a shock, basically, how easy this place is falling.
Don't think there's a big chance for Daesh to stay here anymore. I think it's done here. We took their land over and we kicked them out of Kurdistan.